Hi, Donovan here. Look, a group of my coaching clients said to me that one of the things they are struggling with right now is actually signing people up. They said the systems that we've given them, the ads that we've shown them are amazing for getting people through the door, but some of them still struggle when it comes to actually signing these people up. And that's awful. The reason why that's awful is because there's no point running Facebook ads, there's no point doing Google ads, there's no point doing anything at all to get people through the door if you cannot then sign them up at the end of it. And the truth is, as a martial arts school owner, you didn't sign up in your head to become amazing at sales or converting people into members. But sadly, it's something that you need to get good at. And in this video today, this really short video today, I'm going to show you how you can get better at sales and how you can potentially convert more people. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I am going to dive into what it was that my clients have done to now convert more people and sign more people up. So let's jump into it. Now, you're not going to need to become an amazing salesperson. I'm going to dive into a few little tactics that you can use just to convert more people. Now, before I go into this, just to show you that I actually do know what I'm talking about, here's one of my clients. I've blurred out their name because they've put some sensitive information on our message, but I just want to dive into, the effects that this can have on your business. So I got a message off of one of my clients. Now, when I went down to see this client, they said one of the things they're struggling with is sales, signing people up, and they feel really nervous to actually push anyone in any way, shape, or form. And I dived into a few tactics, which I'm going to dive into in a moment with you. And this is where they are at now. So they sent me a message and they said their business partner's name here has been amazing. We now try to take students and parents upstairs straight after the trial to push joining there. And then those that need to think get the usual membership email. I'm on the text system chasing people up, blah, blah. We've just broken the £13,000 a month barrier in membership fees, which is awesome and a big milestone for us too. We are now wanting to get 350 members and head towards £15,000 a month. And then they dived into something else. This would not have been possible if these guys in particular did not fix their issue that they had when it came to sales. And they fixed their issue from one little conversation that I had with them, where I gave them some tips. They went and did those tips, and they are now signing people up with absolutely no problem. And we're going to dive into that today. So, cool. This is how most martial arts schools sign people up, and you may be guilty of signing people up in this way. Your lead comes in for a class, so they turn up. They're ready for a good class. You give them a good class because you're a good martial arts school owner. You do amazing classes. Of course you do. It's what you're amazing at. You send them an email at the end asking them if they want to join up. They probably disappear and ghost you in some way, shape or form. Or maybe they said they love the class, but you send them this email and for some reason, not many of them actually sign up at the end of it. And you are priced in a way that allows them to compare you with your competition. Now, this is most martial arts schools. Most martial arts schools that I speak to price themselves in a way where they are compared to their competition. And I'll explain what this means in a moment. So you'll say to people who come through, awesome, I'm going to send you an email with the information on. And the email says, we charge £39 a month for twice a week or £49 a month for unlimited. Pick one of those two options or whichever one of those. And they disappear. That, I'm not going to tell you how to price yourself, but in my opinion, that's an awful way to price yourself and an awful way to present your prices. And you're not going to sign up lots and lots of people presenting your prices in that way. Cool. Schools that sign people up with absolute ease do these things. This is what I found when speaking to martial arts school owners who absolutely kill it when it comes to sales. The lead comes in for a class. Soon as that lead comes in for a class, they are greeted at the door and they're given a super quick tour of the facility, the school, the sports hall, whatever the area is, or maybe you just meet and greet them and have a little chat with them. After that, they take part in their class. It might be an adult kickboxing class. They take part in that class. During that class, the instructor actively makes an effort to include the student in the class and makes them feel important. What I mean by that is the students on the bag, they're trying to throw their first ever jab cross. You go over to them and you say, John, that's a really nice right hand. When you throw your jab, try and step with the jab a little bit and you'll feel your power come through it. You walk off. He's doing something else within. He's trying to throw a kick. You go over. John, really good try with the kick. Try and step a little bit to the left when you throw that kick. What a lot of martial arts schools will do is they don't actually actively try and speak to the person who's on their trial. You want to actually make them feel included. Don't just make them feel like they are there. Like, you really want to make them feel included and make them feel important. The selling to them started, or getting them to join up started as soon as they walked through that door. You've greeted them as soon as they've came through the door. You've built a little bit of rapport with them and maybe gave them a tour of the facility. And now you're actively making them feel important and part of the class. These are very, very important things to do. Now, at the end of the class, you need to approach John and say to him, "Hey, John, did you enjoy the class today?" And if John says, yes, he did enjoy the class, then it's not a question of, are you joining? It's which one of these options are going to work best for John to get him on board. He's enjoyed the class. That's what the trial was there for. He's enjoyed the class. We don't need to send him home. We don't need to send him an email. We can sign him up on the day. And this is absolutely huge for martial arts school owners. You should not be sending leads home and just sending them an email and hoping that they get back to you on email. It's not going to happen. And I can already see that you're probably thinking about clicking off this video. You're looking for the X. You're looking for the next video to watch. Please don't. Listen. This is not a problem that's going to feel comfortable to fix, but it's a necessary problem that you need to fix. Otherwise, you are literally not going to be signing people up. And if you're not signing people up, there's no point getting leads, there's no point getting bookings, there's no point getting people showing up. You need to be signing people up. And the only way to do that is to break out of the uncomfortableness of not talking to people and actually go up to them and ask them if they enjoyed the class. If they enjoyed the class, it's time to get them signed up. And when it's time to get them signed up, you want to price yourself in a way where your martial arts school's prices look sexy, they look attractive, and they look cheap for what you actually offer. And you don't do that by charging £25 a month. You don't do that by charging £29 a month because then I'm the cheapest in the area. You need to price yourself in a way that stops them from comparing your price to your competition's price. You want them to compare your price to your other options of prices. I'm going to show you how to do that. We do that using something called anchoring our price. And what I mean by that is when the lead comes in or is ready to get signed up, you don't say to them, "Hey mate, we've got £39 a month for twice a week or £49 a month for unlimited. Do you want to sign up?" You say to them, "Hey John, we've got a few different options for our classes. It's up to you, whichever one works best for you. So either you can do the first 12 months, you can just sign up today for 12 months of unlimited training, and we'll do all of that for an upfront cost of just £490, John. Or if that doesn't work for you, what we can do is for unlimited classes every single week, we can do £49 per month. Or if that's not any good for you, we do have a third and final option. You can do 2 classes every single week for just £39 a month. Now, £39 a month, when compared with the number 490, sounds like absolutely nothing. And that is what's going to happen. If you have a huge price that you give them first and then give them these lower prices, they are going to look at this one like it's nothing. However, if you go with your lowest one first and then move up, they aren't going to be anchored in any way, shape, or form. And this is where the absolute best martial arts school owners smash it when it comes to sales. They use price anchoring. They use a big number at first, and then they work their way down. And the people who really, are looking for the lowest price are going to go for this one. And you will have 1 or 2 people who will go for this one. And then it just means that's even more profit entering your school. And these are the few things that I noticed that school owners who absolutely smash it do. Big thing, you want to do price anchoring. You want to start with the huge price and then work your way down. And then the other thing that you need to do is find a way to work these things into what you do. Lead comes into class. They are greeted in a way that makes them feel important. You use their name actively throughout the class and make them feel even more important. And at the end of the class, you ask them if they want to join up, and potentially you have a one-time joining offer that's only available if they sign up on that day. And then on top of that, you use price anchoring. These are what I recommended to client A here, whose name I've hidden. And this is what they use to break the £13,000 a month barrier that they were stuck at. They've now flew past it with absolutely no problem. Now, That's how to sell better and that's how to convert people. But one thing I do want to say, this is super important before you go. One thing I do want to say, sales may not be your problem. Converting people into signups may not necessarily be your problem. It might just feel like it is. And the reason why I say that is because a martial arts school owner came to me the other day and he said, Donovan, look, when people come through the door, they're not signing up. And it's just, I just feel like I've lost it. I can't sell to people anymore. And I said to him, how many people do you have come through the door every week? And he said, well, we don't have a new person every week. Like we have one or two a month at the moment. Like we're really not having many people come through. That's your problem. Like sales sometimes feels like the problem. Like if we're not signing people up, it feels like we've got a big problem and it's obviously sales, but that isn't necessarily the case. Like if I bring you super quickly back over to this, when we want to get sign-ups and more people into our martial arts school, we need to take them from being a stranger to a lead. We use Facebook ads for that. We want to have conversations with them. We then want to get them booked in. We then want to get them to show up, and we then want to get them to sign up. Now, this might feel like your problem. You might feel like selling to people and signing people up is uncomfortable for you. And of course, you want to get that ironed out and you want to get that working really, really well. But if you're only having like one or two leads every month, and you're only having like one or two people actually show up to classes every month, then you can't categorically say that your sign-ups are absolutely awful. It's just not enough leads and not enough conversations and not enough bookings and not enough show-ups are being fed into the system for you to accurately say how good or how bad you are actually at sales. Don't blame sales as the problem if you're not even getting enough people through the door to figure out if that is the problem, if that makes sense. You can only say sales is the problem is if you're getting lots of people through the door, but none of them are signing up. So one thing I will say is if you are struggling when it comes to getting people through the door, then you might want to look at some of my other YouTube videos. If you click the description below, we could potentially help you get more people through the door and help you with your sales. But overall, that's everything for this video. This is something that a lot of people are struggling with, so I thought it would probably be good to put out there. Overall, that's everything for this video. One thing I will say is this YouTube channel, this YouTube video that you're watching right now, my YouTube channel only grows through word of mouth. So if you can think of any martial arts school owners who are really struggling when it comes to signing up more people, getting more people through the door, then that's exactly what we can help them with completely for free on this channel. So if you can think of anyone, just send them this video or put my channel on your Facebook feed or wherever you want to put it so more martial arts school owners can access it, because I'm genuinely on a mission to change the martial arts world and make it easy for martial arts school owners to get more people through the door. That's everything for this video. I hope you have an absolutely incredible day. In a bit.